What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Scholarship Diaries. It is your girl, Beverly Kitty, and as you can see by the title, today we are going to be talking about something really serious and something that I am hoping is going to help somebody out there, a lot of people out there. It's something that I wished I had gotten when I received the news. I really hoped that I had a lot of information in my hands at my disposal, but I did not. But I ended up getting it, and it was quite helpful. And I am hoping that this is going to be helpful to somebody else. So please grab your pen, grab your paper, and write these things down. I am about to help you, everybody who is going through COVID-19 right now, because I went through it for a reason. I am so happy that everybody from my family survived, and I am hoping that it's going to happen to you too. So please grab a pen and paper. Even if you are not going through it right now, it may help you one day, because we never know what tomorrow brings. So let's get right into it. How can we survive COVID-19? How can we fight it? What can we do? So go grab a pen and paper. You'll meet me right back here. So first thing that I want to say is, when you get tested and you find out that you're COVID positive, please do not panic. Try by all means not to panic. It happens. It is inevitable. It is the times that we live in. So I want to tell you, first things first, do not panic. Try to keep the panic away, because you have to remember that globally, only 3% die from this disease and the 97% survive. They recover. So do not worry yourself. Just try as much as possible to tell yourself that this is time to recover. It is not time for you to blame people and say that one came with it, or try and figure out where you got it. All you have to do when you find out that you're positive is to try and recover. Try and make yourself better, okay? And I wish they told me this, but I'm later finding it out that younger people, they don't get a lot of symptoms. I learned a lot of things. I learned that there are people who are termed asymptomatic. Yes, that's the term for them, asymptomatic. So those kind of people do not show symptoms. They would be having COVID-19, but they do not show symptoms. So a lot of young people are like that, especially like from ages 1 to 5. Not even 1 to 5, like, I don't know, like under 18. They may be asymptomatic. So don't tell yourself, because you haven't had any symptoms, that you've never had COVID-19. You could have had it, but you were asymptomatic. And then there are mild cases, then moderate cases, then severe cases, and then critical cases. So a lot of people I believe with are asymptomatic, so they usually do stuff that they do from day to day, and they'll be carrying that COVID-19 and spreading it to other people, and then other people will end up getting mild symptoms, others moderate, others severe, others critical. So a lot of young people may be asymptomatic, so get the virus from them without even knowing it. So all you have to do when you find out that you're COVID positive, the stuff that may help you, the medicine that may help you, because sometimes, especially if you're the kind of person who doesn't show symptoms, I was the kind of person, like, I had the mildest symptoms. So I didn't know what I was sick with. For some people, they can tell you, what, I have a headache, or I'm having stomach cramps, or I have a chest pain, or whatever. So they usually know what to take. If they're supposed to take paracetamol, if they have to try and take antibiotics, something body, then you don't know how to deal with it. So I would say to you, the first thing that you have to get, you can even take these without even having COVID, just as something to help you strengthen your immune system. So you have to get zinc sulfate tablets and drink one tablet in the morning every single day for that whole period you have COVID-19. So you get zinc sulfate tablets, you get vitamin C powder or vitamin C tablets. These are very important for your immune system, to boost your immune system so that you can fight the disease. And then, since people who have COVID-19 usually have fevers, especially in the night, you have to get yourself paracetamols for that fever, for pain and fever. And you have to take them, is it 3 to 4 hours? In between 3 to 4 hours. You know what? The instructions are there. You're going to read them and you're going to follow. Whenever you feel pain, paracetamols will help you. And then what else should you get? What else should you get? And then antibiotics really don't help when you are fighting a virus. Oh my God, my English. When you're fighting a virus, they don't help. So they usually help when you've got bacteria in your body. So I don't know, maybe you can just skip the antibiotics. And then for those feeling like a sore throat, you probably should get yourself like the paracetamols for the pain. Then you look for strepsils, look for those cough drops, just to help you with your sore throat. So what you have to do with COVID-19 is to manage each and everything that you feel at a time. You just have to pick out what you feel and try and combat that, so that you fight it. It's a virus, it's like flu, so it takes some time. It will only die down. Like, you can't cure it, you can't. This is now sounding like a biology lesson, but I'm not a biology expert, but I'm just trying to like let you know what I have to do. So what was I saying? What was I talking about? Like, the virus will die on its own. So what you have to fight with is the things that you feel, like the symptoms. So you have to like try and lessen the symptoms so that you're able to like do stuff and live, you know. So, and then for those who have underlying conditions, I've been very surprised. Let me tell you something. I'm all about giving people hope. I am such an optimist, and I have been very happy to receive some news. There's a person who was diabetic, who is diabetic, has high blood pressure, and is obese, but managed to fight COVID-19. They were sent to ICU and they had something called COVID pneumonia, but they survived. Can you imagine? They survived. A lot of people say with people with underlying conditions, they just drop dead and die immediately. It may not be the case. It is not the case always. As I said in the beginning of the video, 3% of the general population die from COVID-19. 97% recover. So please put it in your mind. Please have hope, especially when you're young. Please have hope. Don't tell yourself that you are already dead. A lot of people are killed by thinking that they are already dead when they have COVID-19. It's not really a death certificate. It's not a death stamp. It's not something like that. It's just a disease that you have to undergo and recover. So for those with underlying conditions, diabetes, high blood pressure, HIV, whatever the case is, you have to manage your underlying condition at the time. If you have high blood pressure, it is very important for you to take your tablets every single day, especially if you were on medication for it. I've discovered that those people who will end up not making it, it's because they really do not know that they have high blood pressure, or they know and they ignore it. They don't take tablets, especially the men. I'm sorry to say, I'm not saying anything bad about men, but I'm just saying that a lot of men don't like taking medication. They know that they have a condition, but they'll be like, I can survive it, or I do not want to be dependent on medication, tablet, and medicine, all that jazz. But you know what? With women, since they give birth and whatever, they're always told that they have to like regulate their conditions, so they stick to medication. So that's why a lot of women are surviving, because already they'll be sticking to their medication. So if your underlying condition is regulated, maintained at a stable condition, your body is going to be able to like fight that virus till that virus dies down. So make sure, if you find out that you are COVID positive and you have that underlying condition, just maintain it at a stable condition. Take your medication, it will help a lot. And then when it comes to the sickness, to the virus itself, for myself, I do not have an underlying condition. Or maybe another factor would be age. I didn't have a lot of symptoms. I just had like 1 or 2 symptoms. I lost appetite for 2, 3, 4 days, and the following days I would eat, but not so much, not like how I regularly eat, but I ended up getting my appetite back. I didn't have loss of taste, I didn't have loss of smell, I didn't have a sore throat, I didn't have a headache, I didn't have stomach cramps. I only sneezed at one time and I just felt like my whole body is sore, but it didn't last like a long time. The only thing that was making me a little bit sick was worrying about my parents, my mom and my dad, because they were a little bit sicker than me. Especially my mom was a lot sicker because she's got an underlying condition. But we tried by all means to maintain her blood pressure, but she would always complain, especially in the night, about these bouts. She was saying she's having bouts, she's feeling restless, she doesn't know what to do with herself. It's just, I felt it at one time, especially the day I got tested. So I was feeling a little bit restless, not even a little bit, like a lot. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was feeling like I was going to vomit, but I didn't vomit, but my mother and father were vomiting and they had diarrhea and all that stuff, and they lost their appetite for days. But what I realized, that helps, especially when you're taking care of a COVID patient. Please take note of this. Food really helps in the body. The body needs food to fight this disease. So make sure, even if they do not have an appetite, make sure they try to eat stuff you can get from the shop that is edible. For somebody who doesn't have an appetite, probably yogurt. Try getting yogurt, try getting fruits, so they can mix the yogurt with the fruits, and at least to keep the body like going. Even if they don't have an appetite, they can drink the yogurt, they can try and just put something in their body. Cereals like Cerevita, not cornflakes. Cornflakes are that crunching and whatever. Just try like Cerevita, Cerelac, whatever, so that they just have something in their bodies. It will help a lot. I found out that when I ate and took my medication, it really helped. Like, there was a time when I was feeling a little bit weak, it really helped. But my parents were very fatigued. For me, I could stand the whole entire time, the whole period. I could do certain stuff, I could even cook, but for them they were very fatigued. Body weakness is part of it. So I think fueling that body really helps. They'll get to a stage, you have to be patient. If they are religious to the medication and eat, they'll get to a stage where they start to recover and start doing certain stuff. But there's a period of time, especially with moderate, severe, critical cases where they wouldn't be able to do certain stuff. But all you need is rest and fueling your body with food. Get energy drinks for them, and what else? I mentioned the yogurts, the fruits, the Cerevita, Cerelac, just so that they have something in their body. And okay, these are the things that help. Get yourself zumbani leaves for steaming, resurrection leaves, resurrection herbs. What are they called? Mufandimuke or mafavuge. Yeah, those ones. Lemon leaves, lemons, and steam with them. Just make a concoction, just add zumbani leaves to water, add lemon leaves, mufandimuke, all that in one pot, boil and then steam with it. Steam maybe twice a day, in the morning and in the night. And then drink also zumbani tea. I've seen they're now making those like small sachets and packets of the tea leaves, so that you can just make your tea. If you don't like the taste, add lemon, no sugar, no anything, just those zumbani leaves and lemons, and then drink that tea for the first few days. Like, try and drink it as often as possible, and then maybe you can relax as the days pass by. So yeah, that zumbani tea helps a lot. It really helped me, those herbs. And then what else can you take? Ginger and garlic. You can also make ginger and garlic tea, also helps. And ginger and garlic tea. And some people say you can make turmeric milk. They say it helps as well. Turmeric milk, you just boil your milk with like a teaspoon of turmeric and then drink. And then you can have a slice of onion, because apparently onion absorbs the virus. So have a slice of onion a day. And for those who are quarantined, like the COVID patients, in their room, you can cut onions for them. Maybe take 2 onions and cut them in half, and then put the onions on the windowsills and close to their beds, so that onion absorbs the virus. It helps a lot. And then lucky enough for my family, nobody got to a stage where they couldn't breathe. So for me, when I got tested, I actually thought that maybe one day in the middle of the night I'll just wake up gasping for air, running out of air and stuff like that, since it's a respiratory disease. But I didn't experience that. And so it means that not everybody gets to that stage where they can't breathe. But if that happens, it's very helpful to get those asthma inhalers, since we can't go to the hospital, and I don't think there'll be much help at the hospital. So you just can get those asthma inhalers and just have them there. If the COVID patient is going to get to a stage where they can't breathe, they can just use that asthma inhaler. It will help them. And then it's very important, if you have COVID patients at home, or if you are a COVID patient, to keep on checking your blood pressure. Check your blood pressure maybe twice a day, in the morning and in the night. And your pulse. One thing that was my symptom my heart would race. Like whenever I would do things, but my heart would race. I would feel my heart beating, and I would feel it pumping. Whenever I lie down like this, I would feel it pumping. But it went away with time, and I would sweat in the night. It went away with time, like after a week or so. So yeah, it's very important to have those asthma inhalers handy. And then with the timeline, it varies from person to person, and then they usually say that it takes at least 10 days for the symptoms to go away and for you to start recovering and going back to normal. But for some people it takes up to 14 days, and I've noticed that with age, for my parents, my mother is well in her 50s, my father is well in his 60s. It has taken like 21 days for them to be like, oh, I'm now almost back to my normal self again. So it's not everybody who's like on 14 days. The younger people are the ones who are like strictly 10, strictly 14 days. So you just have to be patient for those 14 days and just let the virus run its course. And then what else did I want to talk about? Sorry, I didn't write stuff down. Usually I write stuff down before I say them in the video, but this is a whole other video. But I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I'm at the stage where I'm at right now. Oh, and another thing, this is a very important thing. I had forgotten this point. Prayer. Prayer helps. I don't know how I can explain this. I prayed to God for a miracle. You guys have no idea. I prayed. I had so much faith. I think that's why God kept me stronger. I could stand on my feet and I would pray for my parents every morning, every afternoon, every night. Prayed for a miracle, and let me tell you something. Jehovah God gave us a beautiful miracle. We would see progress day by day, people getting better. There are times when I would feel like crying, but I wouldn't cry in front of my parents because I didn't want to scare them. And I think this is one important point. Let me tell you something. These are survival tips, okay? If you want to keep yourself sane, because as much as COVID-19 like hits your physical body, it also hits your mental health as well. So I want to tell you something that really helped me. When I found out that I was COVID positive, I told a few of my very, very, very close friends, those that I knew who would help me through this. I think there's just 2 friends. Okay, shout out to Ashley, shout out to, who else did I tell? But anyways, they helped me a lot. And then I want to tell you something. Please stay away from people who panic. There are people who would call me, especially relatives, because relatives you just have to tell. And you know that one relative, we love you relatives, but sometimes there are people who just want to like panic and overreact and be like, oh my god, are you dying? Like, where did you get it? Or some questions that you're really not in the stage to answer because you have your own war to fight. Please try and stay away from those relatives and friends that are like that. For me, I really stayed away from WhatsApp, from chatting and all that. I tried to distract myself with other things. I was like, I cannot deal with this right now. So please try by all means, if you've got those people, try by all means to like stay away from them. And just talk to people that you know that have gone through what you're going through, people that have recovered from COVID-19. I had those kind of people in my contact list, and I kept on asking them questions. What should I do? And they were very helpful. So please talk to somebody that has gone through what you're going through. Somebody who hasn't gone through it, even if they have the information, let me tell you something. They can make you paranoid, they can make you panic, because worry adds on to sickness. And what else did I want to say? Come on, guys, I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, so yeah, like I've forgotten, to be honest, what I wanted to say. But anyways, talk to those people that have gone through it, and talk to me. I mean, I'm here. Talk to me. I can be of very much help. Whoever has a relative who's going through this, or who they're going through themselves, please contact me. I can help you. And I think it's better to quarantine at home with family. Maybe you go to a relative, whatever the case is. Like at home, I think it's the best, because at hospitals really they don't pay much attention to you. They're not there with you because they're also scared of you, especially the doctors and nurses, because they're scared to catch it as well. So they won't really help you. But at home, you're going to be helped by your loved ones. So it's better to be at home and until you recover and you feel better. And they say you're not contagious or you're not infectious after 3 days of not showing symptoms. So you can move out of self-isolation and go to the people, not outside, but at home, and be with the people. I'm sorry, I'm so out of energy. I'm not my usual self, but I hope this video is going to help somebody out there. So we have come to the end of my video. I hope this is very helpful to someone, and please like, share, subscribe, and comment in the comment section down below. And please share this video. Somebody might need it. I want to start something in the lines of helping people with COVID, like being there for them and just giving them hope that they are going to recover, because a lot of people do recover than those who die. And I'm all for that. I'm like, please do not panic. You are going to fight this. You got this. I really wish they had told me that the day I got tested, because there is no counseling offered. It's so different from an HIV test where they have those few minutes before and after the test for counseling and talking to you. I really wish they had those for COVID tests, so that somebody goes out there knowing what to expect and what to do. A lot of people do not know that. So I hope this video is going to be very, very helpful. Please share with your friends, share with your family, share with everybody. Thank you so much. And then for my next video, since I'm coming back with the bang, I had a lot of plans, to be honest. Like January, I wanted to do collaborations. February, I wanted to do relationship advice because it's the month of love, but I have failed to do that. But anyways, I want to do something a little bit light for my next video, like an ask me anything kind of video. So it would be a Q&A, question and answer. Please, I know a lot of my subscribers have my WhatsApp number. Just DM me and tell me, ask me anything, and then I'll answer it in the video. And if you do not have my WhatsApp number, I am going to, what's it called, put a link down below to my Facebook and Instagram account. It's just that I'm not tech savvy, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to put those links, but you know what, I'm going to try. Just DM me and tell me, ask me what you want to ask me, then I'll answer it in my next video. I hope you guys are going to stay safe, and those who have COVID, you're going to recover. Do not worry, God is here for all of us, and just fight this. You've got it in you. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next one.